What if something that costs less than €1 could influence chronic inflammation in the body? This cheap white powder has suddenly become one of the most talked about inflammation hacks on the internet. Some people claim it can calm autoimmune disease, stop chronic inflammation, and even reset the immune system itself. But scientists at the Medical College of Georgia actually did discover something fascinating. Inside the body, important immune cells started changing behavior in ways researchers did not expect. Could this research actually offer hope for millions of people struggling with chronic inflammation, or is it just a rumor? Before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe, press the bell icon, and let's get into it. This entire story starts in a completely different place: kidney disease. Doctors had already been using sodium bicarbonate, which is simply baking soda, to help people with chronic kidney disease. When kidneys become damaged, they struggle to remove acid properly from the blood. Over time, that acid starts building up inside the body, creating even more stress and damage. Baking soda helped lower some of that acid, but that was already well known to everyone. And then researchers noticed something remarkable. Some patients taking sodium bicarbonate seemed to experience slower kidney damage than expected. That immediately raised a much bigger question. What if baking soda was doing more than balancing acid levels? What if it was somehow affecting inflammation itself? To find out, researchers at the Medical College of Georgia began running experiments on rats and healthy human volunteers. And what they discovered quickly grabbed attention inside the medical world. After drinking a baking soda solution, instead of acting highly aggressive, certain immune cells appeared to shift toward a more balanced and less inflammatory state. But the discovery in the entire study came from an organ most people never think about: the spleen. Your spleen acts like a giant control center for the immune system. It filters blood, stores white blood cells, and helps decide when the body should launch an immune attack. Normally, that system protects you, but in autoimmune disease, the immune system becomes confused. That means instead of attacking harmful invaders, it starts attacking healthy tissue inside your own body. But the new research discovered that baking soda seemed to change how the spleen responded. Here's how they think it works. When baking soda enters the stomach, the body reacts as if food is coming in. The stomach starts preparing acid for digestion. That process then sends signals through special cells connected to the spleen. And according to researchers, the message is surprisingly simple. The body basically receives a signal saying, "Everything is fine. There's no infection, no danger, no reason to launch a major immune attack." As a result, the spleen appeared to shift into a calmer, less inflammatory state. Once researchers focused on the spleen, they started looking closely at the tiny immune cells inside it called macrophages. And this is where everything changed. Let's understand what these macrophages do inside your body. You can think of these tiny cells as the body's cleanup crew and security guards combined. They help fight threats, clean damaged tissue, and control inflammation. But scientists discovered these cells can switch between two very different modes. One type, called M1 macrophages, increases inflammation. These are aggressive immune cells that attack threats and trigger swelling and tissue damage. The second type, called M2 macrophages, does almost the opposite. These cells help calm inflammation and support healing. And this is where researchers saw something surprising. After people drank the baking soda solution, the immune system started shifting away from inflammatory M1 cells and toward healing M2 cells. That shift appeared in the spleen, blood, and even the kidneys. Researchers also noticed increases in regulatory T cells, which help prevent the immune system from overreacting. What's even more shocking is how quickly some of these changes happened. In healthy human volunteers, signs of lower inflammation appeared within just hours after drinking the solution. And this detail broke all the rumors on the internet. The study did not prove that baking soda actually cures autoimmune disease. It just moves the immune system toward a less inflammatory and more balanced state. And that is actually the biggest thing the researcher found new. But there's more to that. As scientists continued studying baking soda's anti-inflammatory effects, they found evidence of a communication pathway linking the stomach nerves and spleen together. One nerve became especially important, the splenic nerve. In later studies, researchers disrupted this nerve connection in animals, and once they did, many of the anti-inflammatory effects completely disappeared. That was a huge clue. It showed the body wasn't reacting randomly. Instead, the nervous system was actively helping control the immune response. This connects to something scientists call the inflammatory reflex. You can think of it like the body's natural calming system for the immune response. When inflammation becomes too aggressive, the nervous system can send signals telling immune cells to slow down. Researchers now believe baking soda may help activate part of this natural pathway. And that discovery became extremely important in understanding how inflammation is controlled inside the body. So, can baking soda actually help people dealing with chronic inflammation? Right now, the honest answer is maybe, but scientists still need much more evidence. The research became exciting because chronic inflammation is connected to so many diseases. Rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, kidney disease, and even some heart problems all involve inflammation, staying active for too long. If researchers can safely calm that process down, it could become extremely useful in medicine. There's already stronger evidence in kidney disease. Some studies showed sodium bicarbonate helped slow kidney damage in certain patients by lowering acid buildup inside the body. Researchers now think lower inflammation may also play a role. But when it comes to autoimmune diseases, the science is still early. The study was small and mainly focused on understanding how the immune system reacted. That's still a fascinating discovery, and it gives researchers hope that one day this pathway could possibly help people struggling with chronic inflammation and autoimmune conditions. Now, before you rush into the kitchen to start drinking baking soda every day, there's something very important researchers repeatedly warned about. Too much baking soda can be dangerous. Even though sodium bicarbonate is common and inexpensive, it still changes the body's chemistry. And when people take too much, the side effects can become serious very quickly. One major risk is a condition called metabolic alkalosis. That happens when the body becomes too alkaline. Symptoms can include nausea, vomiting, headaches, muscle twitching, confusion, and breathing problems. In severe cases, it can even become life-threatening. There's also another issue many people forget about: sodium. Baking soda contains a large amount of sodium, which can raise blood pressure, increase swelling, and put extra stress on the heart and kidneys. That becomes especially risky for people who already have health conditions. It can also interfere with how certain medicines and supplements are absorbed in the body. Even the researchers themselves were careful. Most human studies only lasted around 2 weeks, meaning scientists still don't know the long-term effects of regularly using baking soda for inflammation. The amounts used during studies were also small and diluted heavily in water. This was not about taking giant spoonfuls every day. And nearly every medical source connected to the research gave the same warning: always speak with a healthcare professional before trying this medicinally. In the end, what do you think about these findings? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates in Breadhounds, and we'll see you in the next video.